Standard 1 refers to, Standard 2 refers to, you have to memorize at least that. That will help you in your interview. Okay, everybody? More for your interview. Okay. Now everybody very, very thank before 11 quickly come in already. Okay, while waiting for the rest, anybody want to ask me any question? Hey, where is Nurul? Nurul is not in yet. Wait, everybody. I asked Nurul to come in. Okay, okay, bye, 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 bye. Okay, I will share the wait, where is Nurul? Wait. Okay. Co-host. Okay. So now we will start lecture 3. Today is lecture 3. For those who have not submitted your personal assignment or assignment 1, please submit ASAP. Okay. Assignment 1, 20%, group assignment 20%. And I share in every chapter so that you all don't forget. Okay. For those who have not submitted, please submit your assignment. If you don't submit, you will get 0. Please submit your assignment. Deadline is getting very near. Yes, somebody wants to talk.
Yeah, Gladwin here.
Yes, Gladwin.
So this assignment we only need to submit the hard copy, right? No need soft copy.
Must both hard copy and soft copy. Your hard
Okay.
copy you pass to Mr. Key on the 29th. Soft
Okay,
copy you submit into the Nurul, soft copy hantar kat mana?
Email Premier Asia Eco Capital tu. You go to the subject group group info. You can find all the details there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Nurul. Okay, Gladwin, under
Okay.
the WhatsApp group, the details are all stated there.
Okay,
Hard
thank you.
copy sent to Mr. Key on the 29th. Soft copy you send to the email. I think now professional practice, I can submit the notes already. So I think maybe I will try to submit today or by tomorrow lah. Give some time to Nurul to upload into LMS all the lecture notes for chapter 1, 2, 3 plus assignment, personal assignment and group assignment. Okay, all this will be in by tomorrow.
I think you confused lah, madam. That one is for auction. Auction, you not yet give me anything.
Yeah, both also. Dulu.
Professional practice is up to date lah. Only chapter 2 and chapter 3 only pending.
You mean the LMS is ready?
Not yet, but I put in the Google Drive.
Oh,
I
okay.
put the link inside the group info.
Also, they can actually access lah.
Yeah, another way to do lah while waiting for the LMS portal there, don't know when.
Okay. So everybody, you refer to the WhatsApp group. Nurul has put in the info. You can see where to get the notes. Okay. So by tomorrow, everything will be there lah. I will give uh, chapter 2 notes for chapter 2 and 3. And assignment already there, is it, Nurul? Assignment 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I will give Nurul notes for chapter 2 and 3 today. Then she can either do it today or tomorrow lah. Okay? Okay, today we will talk about the legal framework governing our practice, the regulation, standard, agency relationship between your client, or we call principal, and the agent, and professional liability, consumer protection of our clients, and then anti-money laundering awareness, and misrepresentation and negligence. Very heavy topic, a lot of things to cover. Okay, but everything is inside the notes. You have to remember legal framework is Act 242 and also MEAS. Okay. In Act 242, we say we hold ourselves, offer our service to the public to do estate agency practice for a fee. Okay. Okay. And if you, who can remember that is under which section? Which section in Act 242 say that offer your service to the public to do estate agency practice for a fee? Under which section? It's under section 22C. Okay, and then you must have authority to practice. What is your authority to practice? That is your rent-tax. Okay, remember we are under BOVIA, governed by BOVIA, and under the purview of Ministry of Finance. Okay, and then you have under the Act, now we have the rules. Rules 1986 is the secondary legislation to explain the Act in more details. Okay, what is important? The most important thing is client's account, scale of fees, the commission structure. Client's account, all deposits must be banked into the client's account. Cannot bank into personal account, cannot bank into your account. Scale of fees under 7th schedule is 3% for subsale, rental 1.25 month for 1-year tenancy, 2-year tenancy, 3-year tenancy. 4-year tenancy, what is the fee? 4-year lease, not tenancy. 4-year lease, what is the fee? Anybody can help me?
Plus 0.25%
Of what?
of every year. Every year increase 0.25%.
So if I have 4-year, meaning first year
1.25 plus
1.25,
0.25.
second year 1.25, third year plus 1.25, fourth year plus 1.25. Is that correct? Okay, then.
First, okay, if let's say for 1 to 3 year, the fees is 1.25%. If let's say 4 years, can be 1.25 plus 0.25.
Very good. Just now my question was to test you. Very good, Kaden. Some of you don't know, you know. Some of you say, oh, first year 1.25, second year 1.5, and then third year 1.75, fourth year 2 month. That is not correct. That is not correct. Remember, first, second, and third year, 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year tenancy is only 1.25. Okay? After that, add 0.25 for additional year, every additional year. Okay, so this one you remember. What about for project? They may suddenly ask you, project. Because you are very familiar. Everybody who goes into the interview knows about the sub-sale commission. What about project? How much? For project, how much can you charge the developer, or how much can you accept from the developer? Project, new project. Anybody wants to try?
Madam Fafang,
Yes,
as far as I
Fong.
know, at least got a minimum of 3%, but there's some possible lower, and I think there's no limit. There's one that we got a new one where the price is about 2 million. I can't remember what's the price yet, but I didn't attend, but they are telling me the per unit is 38,000.
38,000
Yeah, one in somewhere in Rawang. It's a new project.
per they don't charge based
Go
on
by percentage.
price,
Yeah. Yeah, they
by
go
by
by
flat value.
yeah, flat value.
Okay,
Yeah.
you are right partly.
Okay.
There is no, how to say, a minimum 3%. It's not correct. That is not correct. For new project, there is no limit. That means developer can pay you 15%, 20%, up to them. If they think they can earn, they can give you 20%, you can accept.
Okay.
Some what Selangor Cool or VIP project, they only offer 1% or 2%. Okay, so it's not minimum 3%. That is not correct. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so for sub-sale, remember, maximum commission you can accept 3% only, sub-sale. For project, there is no limit. Okay? Always remember, what is the function of lembaga? To govern the practice and also to protect the public. That means we cannot simply charge more. For sub-sale, we are charging the public. If you can get more from the developer, it's okay because developer has done the calculation, so they can offer you more. Okay, that is scale of fees. Okay, then we go to MEAS. The first one, Act 242. So if they ask you what is the legal framework, Act 242, Rules 1986, MEAS. Okay, Malaysian Estate Agency Standard. Okay. And then we must buy, you have to remember all the 10 standards. Okay. And also you must buy professional indemnity insurance. So every agency must maintain indemnity insurance because when you renew, you have to send a copy of the policy. When is the expiry date? The lembaga will ensure that your policy is still enforced before they renew the license. Okay, professional indemnity insurance. And then remember, fee only from a single client. You cannot collect commission from purchaser and vendor or landlord and tenant. Marcus, Remember, this is Marcus cannot collect from both sides. I know Penang collect from both sides, but that is not allowed. Okay? Fee is only from a single client. Even though Penang and Johor practice collect from everybody, not allowed. Okay. For
Madam, not the
co-broke,
more the merrier.
the more the merrier. Yeah, of course. When we
All
think
right.
about our interest, but remember, always
Yes,
remember, think of
one
the
side.
client's interest. Always think of the client interest. So when you answer the question for during TPC, always remember this client's interest first, not
Okay.
your commission.
Yes, okay.
Then you
Okay.
will answer correctly already.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, co-broke. You also must sign the co-broke letter, and the co-broke letter must be signed by the registered estate agent of both agencies. Co-broke means, for those who are not familiar, Ziad, for like you should know what is co-broke. Co-broke means two agency work together or two negotiator work together. They may be from the same or different agencies. They work together and they share the commission. Normally, the fee is shared 50-50. So this fee and how they share must be stated in the co-broke letter, and the co-broke letter must be signed to make sure all the details, everything must be agreed upon before they start work. Okay. Okay. Under how to say you have two forms, One is the agency authority to practice. The other one is the real estate agent. If you go to any agency, you will see these two forms displayed prominently. One is blue color. The agency form is blue color. The yellow one is the agent. So if you go to big agencies, you see, wow, so many yellow forms. If there are so many yellow forms, means that there are many registered agents attached to that agency. One agent can monitor 50 negotiators. So if the agency has more negotiators, so they have more agents attached to the agency. So you go into the office, you can see straight away, because under MEAS, these two forms must be displayed prominently in the office. What's the meaning of prominently? Means very easy to see. Everybody come in can see straight away. Okay, if you don't have the license, under section 30, you can be punished up to 300,000 and prison up to 3 years or both. Okay, and also client's account. Client's account is to keep all the deposits by the client. So you cannot, how to say, take out the money until transaction is complete. Can you take out money from client's account? Anybody can answer me? Can you take out money from client's account before the transaction is complete? Assuming I rented out, I have a landlord from Taiwan. He asked me to rent out his unit. Before the tenancy agreement is signed and stamped, can I take out the money from the client's account? Anybody wants to try? Anybody wants to try? Yes, you can. Only for certain payments related to the transaction. For example, payment of previous tenant's outstanding TNB bill, previous outstanding Shabas bill, gas bill, or other related fees. And the most important thing is must have written consent. Then only you can withdraw. Otherwise, you cannot withdraw. Okay? Okay. And you must separate the day-to-day the day-to-day usage from the client's account, okay, from the deposit. And time frame, when you receive the money, it is stated you must bank in without delay. Okay, it's not specified when, but it's stated without delay. So without delay normally refers to the refer to the next how to say next day. Try to bank in as soon as possible. Kevin, I'm very happy you come into the class. Okay, and then agency must submit the audited reports to lembaga every year during renewal, during license renewal. Okay? Yeah. So this is the 7th schedule. Okay. I only written certain standard here. I expect you to memorize all the 10 standards. Standard 1 is on the office. And on office must be commercial, cannot be residential. You must have also approval from lembaga and must be headed by a real estate agent. Okay, that one's standard 1. So you can refer standard 5, single client, cannot charge both parties. Okay, standard 6, on advertisement and marketing, you must have all this registration number. I always tell you 3 things. 1, agency, the other one on the negotiator. Agency name, negotiator name, then agency telephone number, negotiator handphone number, agency license number, negotiator rent number. Okay, all this must be in your advertisement. Okay, renewal for negotiator must attend RRP, and then you submit the cert to lembaga through your agency. You cannot submit yourself. And then now, new requirements, you must have the report from Jabatan Insolvency to prove that you are not bankrupt. Bankrupt, now you cannot become negotiator, cannot become REN. For new REN, you must submit your SPM also. Okay, last time no need. Now you must submit. Okay, for those whose tag has expired, for those you don't need SPM. Those with a rent tag number but have already expired, you don't have to provide SPM cert, but you must attend NCC. Okay, for all of you, later when you have passed this diploma, you will get PEA. You apply for PEA. When you have PEA, you don't attend RRP anymore. You straight away attend CDP. Okay, you attend CDP together with REA. That means you no longer attend RRP. RRP is only for REN. You attend CDP together with licensed agents. Okay, and for CDP is very, very wide. Any approved programs by lembaga, you can attend. Okay, how do you know what are the CDP programs available? Go to lembaga website. They have a calendar and they list in the calendar all the CDP programs available, and you have to attend the CDP before year end. Same for RRP, you must attend RRP before year end for next year's renewal. Okay, for CDP, that means you can renew. For real estate agents, you can renew until, that means you're given a time frame from 1st of August until 31st of March to submit for renewal. Okay, and for real estate agent also, you can attend the CDP until March, but not for RRP. RRP, they are very strict, and now they change. Last year, RRP can submit until 31st of March. But now, this year, they change. So, it is always advisable to call lembaga to check what is the latest requirement. This year, they changed again. That means now you must submit for renewal for REN by year end. You cannot submit between January to March, cannot. Okay, you see, for REN, your RRP is a very short time frame. You have between May to December only, and you don't wait until December. Why? Because normally December is very full. A lot of people attend last minute, and when you attend last minute, you also must make sure your agency submit your renewal in 2026. Cannot submit in 2027. Next year, then you have to attend NCC again and sit for the test. Now NCC must mandatory sit for tests. Okay, so this one difference, new update for REN must renew by this year. Previous year, 1st of October is open for renewal. I'm not sure whether they change or not this year. So you try 1st of October, whether your agency has submitted your renewal or not. You can also call lembaga to check whether they submit. And now, recently, lembaga telephone is not working. I don't know whether they are purposely or they just remove the capability for you to call lembaga. Now lembaga telephone has been not reachable for the past, I think, 1 month or so. You want to check, you have to go to lembaga to check. Do you know where is lembaga office or not? It's in
Yes, Madam. UA. Angsa.
yes, very good. Wisma UOA level 19. So you must know where is the place, because next time when you apply, you still need to go there. You need to buy your logbook and so on. So you need to know where is lembaga office. Okay. So that is for renewal. So remember, after you become PEA, you sudah naik pangkat. No need to attend RRP already. Because the CDP, the courses offered are very, very wide. You can learn a lot of things, and the prices can be from very cheap 300 to very expensive, a few $1,000 is open. Lembaga, leave it to you. You can choose to attend any course as long as you fulfill your CPD hours, CDP hours. Okay. So you just maintain your hours. So different course will have different hours. So you make sure you have enough. You can combine maybe 2 or 3 courses to make sure you reach the required hours. Okay, submit to BIS, the Lembaga system for renewal. And then the payment, the fees are, okay. Okay, 200 for real estate agent, 50 for PEA and agencies. Okay, once approved, you will get your tag and also your authority to practice, the blue color form that you need to display prominently. Okay. Okay, what is the agency relationship? Your client is the principal, you are the agent. So when the client appoint you, so the client is actually signing a contract, appointment contract with your agency. So you are working on behalf of the client through the agency. So your client is the principal. Remember, you must follow principal's instruction. Okay? And then these are the laws that you are also you are bound by this. Contracts Act, Act 242, MEAS. Okay. Okay. For agency relationship, remember, always must get the written appointment. You get the appointment letter or form before you start marketing activities. Okay, the next one is you cannot cannot collect commission from buyer and seller from the same transaction. Only one party. You represent one party. You cannot represent two party. If you represent two party, there is a conflict of interest. Okay, then who are you representing? That's why lawyer is also the same. Cannot represent both parties. Only one party. And then you have types of engagement under the standard 3. Okay, what is standard 1? Who can remember under MEAS? What is standard 1?
It's the agency office.
Very good, Fong Fong. You keep saying and then you will remember already. Standard 2,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very good.
Negotiator.
Very good. Reni, you continue, you keep saying, then you remember. So now you know 2. 1 is office, 2 is negotiator, 3 is types of engagement. Okay, now we talk about types of engagement. Now you memorize 3 already. Okay, you have exclusive, sole, joint, and ad hoc. Okay. What is exclusive? Exclusive means only one is appointed, even though the client sell the property himself, still have to pay you the fee. Okay, that is exclusive. Then you have sole agency. Only one agency is appointed, but the client reserves the right to sell the property himself. If he sells the property himself, he doesn't have to pay you your fee. That is sole. So remember, for sole and exclusive, only one agent is appointed, but slightly difference in the payment. Okay, next, joint. For joint, normally limited number of agencies are appointed and they know each other, and only the firm that is effective in introducing the purchaser gets paid, gets the commission. The rest will get nothing. And then the last one is ad hoc or open. Many agencies are appointed, but whoever managed to close the deal or managed to find the purchaser to buy the property will get the commission. Okay, so that is standard 3 of MEAS. Okay, termination. Can you terminate or not? Okay, the appointment does not last forever. So that relationship will end upon successful transaction. Okay, and the sale SPA is signed and executed, commission received. So that's the end. Normally we take, how to say, how should I say? We receive the commission, we collect our commission amount as the earner's deposit so that we don't have to collect the balance commission amount from the vendor. Normally very difficult to get. If you don't get whatever amount upfront, next time you will have problem. So it is always advisable to collect your full fee during the earner's deposit period. Collect your full fee so you don't have to beg the owner to the vendor to pay you the balance amount later. Okay, expiry of time. If let's say the client gives you 3-month period, at the end of 3 months, if you cannot find a purchaser, that's the end of the appointment. So in order to get a new appointment, you must get the client to sign a new appointment form. And remember, you cannot have automatic renewal clause in your appointment form. Cannot. You must always get fresh appointment from the client. Not allowed. I have seen some agency, they go and put no limit to the relationship to the appointment. That means the client must give written notice to terminate. That is not allowed. You must state clearly the period. Normally it's 3 months. At the end of 3 months, you must get a new appointment. Okay. Another type is mutual revocation. Both parties say, okay, we end. I cannot sell the property. If you can find another agency who can sell for you, okay, you can terminate. Both parties agree is okay. Okay. Or terminated because of something. A property is destroyed or principal or the client or the agent becomes bankrupt, insane, or pass away. So there is no more contract. Okay. Professional liability. Okay, if you do something wrong, for example, negligence, error, omission, normally we have this what we call professional indemnity insurance. So lembaga is protecting the public by ensuring that we must do according to Act 242 and MEAS. But if sometimes we make mistake, we are still covered by the professional indemnity insurance. Remember what is the insurance called? So you have to remember professional indemnity insurance. Okay? If you cause financial loss to the client can sue you. So remember that. Okay. Common triggers for professional liability: misrepresentation of property facts. For example, giving inaccurate information regarding land boundary, zoning, and structural defects or negligent misstatement. Give a faulty price, or market analysis that caused the client to buy above the realistic value. Or failure of fiduciary duty. Failing to disclose personal conflict of interest. What is personal conflict of interest? Remember, we must declare personal interest. You're selling your own property, you must declare. Okay? Or failing to verify legal capacity of the vendor. So we have to be careful. And we have to be accountable for our negotiators' actions, because it is stated that all REN and PEA are under the guidance and supervision of REA. So you bear indirect liability on their actions. Okay. If the REN make mistake, you are also answerable. Okay. Okay, this is what the lembaga could do. Maybe you just receive warning if you're lucky, or fine, or suspension. That means 1 year cannot do business, or 2 year, or 3 year, or deregistration. You can say bye-bye to the profession. Cannot do this already, blacklisted already. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is professional indemnity insurance. Okay, So it is submitted annually during renewal. Without it, lembaga will not renew your license. Okay. Professional liability. That means sometimes we make mistake. So our mistakes are covered by the insurance, but the insurance exclude deliberate misconduct. You purposely want to cheat the client, or theft, or misappropriation of client's fund. That is not included. If the coverage lapses, if you buy the insurance policy, if it lapses, you don't renew. Then if anything wrong, the client sue you, you have to bear the consequences. If you have insurance coverage, the insurance coverage will cover. But if you don't, you let it lapse, then you have to bear it yourself. Okay, now another case about terminated negotiator. When, let's say the negotiator do something wrong and then resign from the agency. Later, when this negotiator's action, someone lodge a complaint, so the agency is responsible also. You cannot say, oh, now the negotiator do char kway teow already, no longer a negotiator, so cannot fine my agency. No such thing. If the negotiator has left the industry, is doing char kway teow now, the agency must be responsible. Okay, but what the agency can do is to quickly sever the ties with the negotiator, terminate the negotiator, so that any future problem, nothing to do with me. I have already terminated him from this period to severe future liability. So once you have terminated, the negotiator cannot perform agency practice. What is agency practice? Sales and rental of property. They cannot do it until they register under the new agency. Okay. consumer protection. Under consumer protection, you cannot have misleading advertisement. That's why lembaga also make sure that you get written consent from the client before you advertise, before you put banner. We also don't want people to simply advertise, you know. Even when you co-broke, when you do a co-broke case, as a co-broke agent, you cannot advertise that property. Who is allowed to advertise? Only the listing agent, unless you get consent from the listing agent. And for the listing agent to advertise, the listing agent must get written consent from the client. So you must be very clear, you know, this one. They may ask you one. Because last time, they know that that property is available for sale. Wow, everybody start advertising, what we call unauthorized copycat listing. And then they go and co-broke with the listing agent. So lembaga don't want that. And also, lembaga do not allow you to put fictional or unrealistically low prices just to get more clients or more, how to say, purchaser or tenants to call you. Okay. So the advertisement must be true, must be the real asking price. If you put bait advertising, if you're caught, you'll be in trouble. And to prevent negotiator or REA or PA to make mistake, lembaga want to ensure we put in our identity inside, our rent number, the agency number, rent tag number, handphone number, and all that, all must be in. Okay. And then you must have client's account, bank in without delay. Always remember, bank in without delay, normally the next working day. And you cannot mix the two accounts, the deposit and the company working account cannot mix. Okay, and also single client rule, cannot act for two parties and collect fee from two parties. Okay, next. And anti-money laundering awareness. Some of you do not know this. Under money laundering, you must know your client, or KYC, know your client. And then if you suspect something, you feel that there is some suspicion, you have to report that transaction to Bank Negara. This one very serious because they don't want the illegal money. Okay. You must collect full name, get the IC, and meet the person. Don't just oh, I have someone who wants to buy very rich. All those don't want to appear. All those are red flags. Okay. Or anyone related to politically exposed person, or that you must be very careful. You must verify the source of wealth. Okay, so we don't want illegal money. If you suspect something, you must file a report and then submit to Bank Negara. What are the red flags? Unusual payment structure. Normally pay cash, large amount. One quick, fast transaction. So cannot tell you where, you know. So these are red flags. So whenever I receive payment from overseas, the bank will always call me. What is this money for? And then I have to show proof. Oh, this is for the purchase of this property, or this is for the rental of this property. And then with the client's name and all that information there, then only the bank will allow the money to go through. So it's the same for us. So we must do this, know your client, must do, let us say, due diligence. So all these are, how to say, be careful. You have to be very careful. This one cannot reveal one. Don't want face to face. So this one all red flags. You have to be careful. And then suddenly buy many properties, all cash. Also, red flag. Selling the property at very cheap price, very urgent, no logical reason. So all these are red flags. You have to be careful. Must be something on. Okay, you always must report to Bank Negara. That is anti-money laundering. Okay. Okay, the next one, misrepresentation and negligence. Okay. Misrepresentation meaning you give a wrong fact. Okay. Negligence means you fail to act with professional care, not the normal professional care. Okay. Misrepresentation happens when you get into this. Let's see the first one, fraudulent, knowingly make a false statement, or it is how to say, you know exactly the property is 20 by 70, you say it's 22 by 75, you bluff the purchaser. You know the exact fact, but you bluff. Okay. Okay. This one, give you example. Agent explicit tells a buyer that a commercial property has a structural approval for extension, even though they know that the local council has already rejected it. What is the remedy? The contract can be voided. Okay, cancel SPA. This is the example. If you want more details, you can refer to this case. Okay. So then the next one, negligent misrepresentation, false statement without intent to cheat, make a mistake, lack of verification. This one also can terminate the contract. Same thing. For example, assuring a buyer that a residential land can be converted to commercial status without checking. So this one you can terminate the contract. Okay, the next one, professional negligence. When you don't do your proper job, that is professional negligence. Okay, common triggers, failure to conduct due diligence or misstatement, give a wrong information. Or the next one, mishandling stakeholder account monies. Okay, so this one, a lot happen. This one. Okay, under Rule 87(1), you are bound to protect the public interest. Remember, your main duty is to protect the public interest against what? Against misrepresentation and also unethical practices. Okay. And in lembaga disciplinary hearings, many agencies, including well-known and big agencies, are fined and given warnings because their negotiators engage in this behavior or this act. Okay. Okay. So consequences, you may, again, is this a warning letter, fine, suspension, also permanent cancellation. Then you may ask me, who will decide this? This will be decided by the disciplinary committee. Lembaga has many committees. Disciplinary committee is one of them. They also have TPC committee. TPC committee will interview you. So depends on your luck. They have many members in the TPC committee. Depends on your luck who you get during the interview. Okay, so some are more strict, some are not so strict. Some may ask you more difficult questions, some may ask you easier questions. But normally they will ask you related to Act 242, MEAS, and also all the latest circular and publication by Lembaga. How do you find Lembaga's notification or circulars? You go to Lembaga website. Everything is stated there. Okay? Okay. If you don't have questions, that's all for today. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Madam Chong.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you next week.